Red 1 pulls up at over 400 miles per hour and it converts the team from battle formation to our world famous Diamond 9. The aircraft slows to approximately about 120 miles per hour, reaching a height of over 5,500 to 6,000 feet, as Red 1 brings that Diamond 9 down and bends it round to the right. Red 1 this year, once again, for his second year as a team leader, is squad leader John Bond, known as Bondi. Bondi's actually done 7 years in the team. He did 5 years in Reg 2 to 9, taking a year out and then becoming Red 1 last year. He's a former Typhoon pilot and he also flew the Tucano as a qualified flying instructor, where he flew the Tucano display aircraft in 2012. Now moved into 9 Arrow, the smoke will come on once again. It's the Red Arrow! On the right hand side of Red 1 is Red 2, that's Flight Lieutenant Rob Thomas. Rob is in his first year on the team. He was taken from training and made straight into instructor on the Hawk T1 with 208 Squadron at RAF Valley. He then completed his training and moved to the Typhoon Force, where he served on 3 Squadron on operations over Iraq and Syria, as well as an instructor on 29 Squadron, the operational conversion units, all based at RAF Coningsby. You now see those wings, all the even numbers on the right, or the odd numbers on the left, make themselves make rearwards. In one of the widest formations that we fly. As the squad formation rolls out, this is the squad.
They're not very small. They're as big as them.
They're quite small.
By ear rather than by eye. This means that the pilots on the outside of the formation are putting their inputs in just a little bit earlier than those on the inside to ensure that the formation moves as one rather than a ripple effect down the wing. You now see Reds 8 and 9 slip behind the rest of the formation to form once again the shape of one of the most iconic aircraft ever to flow in history. From the left, the smoke comes on in the Concorde. On the left-hand side of that centre stem, closest in at the front, is Red 3, Western, and Macker again is in his first year on the team. He's previously flown the Aviate-B Harrier variant with on exchange United States Marine Corps, before then returning back to the UK and flying our newest aircraft, the 5th generation F-35B, with 617, the Dam Busters, at RAF Marham. You now see Reds 2 and 3 make their way forwards and the rest of the formation to form a Delta formation. And in celebration of 20 years of the Royal Air Force Typhoon display team, from the right, this is Typhoon! Is in his second year in the team. Once again, he was taken from training and made an instructor on the Tucano before joining the TR4 Tornado Force, where he got an ASC for his service on operations over Afghanistan. Coming in from the left to celebrate the Royal Air Force new capability in space and cyber, this is Apollo. There are 11 pilots in the team. You have Reds 1 through 9 displaying aeroplane in front of you, we are of course commanded by Officer Commanding RAF Red 11 Wing Commander Adam Collins, former Tornado GR4 pilot. Also flew the Hawk in the aggressor role with 100 Squadron and an F-111 while on exchange with the Royal Australian Air Force. And Wing Commander Collins is in his final year as Red 11. You now see him split once again with Red 6 and 7 in trail. Royal Air Force Cosford, get your cameras ready for the colourful and noisy Big Vixen. That's a small door sticking out the belly of the aeroplane. In certain manoeuvres we fly with the air brake out. It makes the pilots fly with a higher throttle setting, thereby producing a hotter engine gas temperature. It makes the smoke burn a lot more brightly, and it also creates an air disturbance outside the back of the aeroplane, making that smoke billow a lot more fuller, and therefore in certain manoeuvres we use it to enhance those manoeuvres. You'll now see Red 6 and 7 sit behind Red 1 in the stem, Red 8 and 9 in trail, as they come around to right for one of the most popular, if not the most popular, the Red Arrows fly. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get your cameras ready. It's tornado time! 8 and 9, roll goes. Reds 8 and 9 roll around the rest of the formation. Watch for the colour change as Red 1 brings them down the line. But of course, Red Arrows is not just about the pilots. We have a team of over 140 personnel. Over 120 of them are the engineers, the logisticians, the visual communicators, the administrators, and they are known as the Blues due to the colour of their blue flying coveralls. And of course, there are a number of Blues here today at our public relations tent at the far end of the showground. So please pop along, say hello, find out about their careers in the Royal Air Force aerobatic team and the wider Royal Air Force. You'll see Reds 8 and 9 have now joined the rest of the formation, and this will be your last opportunity to catch the Red Arrows in our world famous Diamond 9. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from the left in the Diamond 9, the Red Arrows.
Not just chin.
Coming again.
As we start the second half, more dynamic, more formation, and we started with the same formation as last year. It's the 5-4 split. And in the second half, we now operate in two distinct sections. Off to the left, you've got Reds 1 through 5, known as Enid, named after Enid Blyton's famous 5. And off to the right, Reds 6, 7, 8 and 9, known as Hannah, named after squad leader Ray Hannah, one of the first members of the Red Arrows. He's the first team leader to lead the team for 4 years. He took the team from a 7 to a 9 and formed our world famous Diamond 9. Enid from the left, Hannah from the right for the colourful 5-4 cross.
Coming in together, look. On the zone. Look. That one and that one. As Hannah disappeared to our left, keep your eye on Enid, who come round to the left and stay in show centre. You'll see Red 4 coming in from the right to sit behind Red 1 and Red 5 in trail on Enid. Number 5, roll go, as number 5 rolls around the smoke of Enid in the twister.
41 Squadron, the Test and Evaluation Squadron, before becoming an instructor on 29 Squadron, all based at RAF Cosford. Look directly to your front and you'll see the smoke of Hannah running back in, looking for the red and blue from red 8 and 9. Get your cameras ready for the Hannah break. Red 6 and 8 to our left hand side, red 7 and 9 to our right hand side. Hannah and the synchro pair are led by red 6, the synchro leader, squadron leader Tom Hansford. Tom is in his third and final year on the team, a former Typhoon pilot and qualified weapons instructor on the Typhoon, where he was responsible for teaching all weapon tactics and technical information to the Typhoon force. And Squadron Hansford received a DFC for services on operations over Iraq and Syria. Each pair will now dive down to only 100 feet above the airfield. They have a closing speed of over 800 to 900 miles per hour in the Hannah Pass. Red 7 off to our right, red 6 off to our left, pulling up now up to 6G, making everything about them weigh 6 times heavier. To our right hand side is red 7, Lieutenant George Hobday. He's in his second year on the team, and once again he was taken from training, made an instructor on the Tucano, before joining the Typhoon force where he flew with 12 Squadron based at RAF Cosford. As the synchro pair complete the manoeuvre called the Boomerang. They come in, the smoke will come on, and they will settle themselves down in an inverted V. Look to your left hand side, you've got red 9 smoking red as he flies to Enid in the Goose. Red 9 a former qualified flying instructor on the Hawk Mark 2. As Enid disappeared to our left hand side, red 7 in tango formation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get your cameras ready. This is the one you do not want to miss. It's the world famous Synchro Heart. And coming in from the top right to spear the heart is red 8. Red 8 is Lieutenant Richard Walker, an extremely experienced aviator, having flown the Harrier, as well as the Typhoon, as well as being a qualified flying instructor on the Hawk Mark 2. Let's give the synchro pair and red 8 a massive round of applause for wonderful heart over the skies of Royal Air Force Cosford. Keep your eye on red 6 and red 7 as they come back towards the display line. Once again, at that only 100 feet, a closing speed of over 900 miles per hour. Each aircraft will perform a barrel roll at that 100 feet before cresting in a second barrel roll in a manoeuvre simply called the double rolls.
Smoke. There's that one that side. Coming around with smoke. Watch them both together. Come in, stop, come into the left. Come in. There's going whoop, whoop, whoop. Look at him. Wow.
a mistake or get the wrong colour at the wrong time in the display. Red 7 from the right, red 6 from the left, barrel rolling back down to 100 feet before crossing in the centre for the circus. Switching colour from white to blue and red, they're pulling hard up to 6G to cross once again at the back of the circle. Note that the red becomes blue, the blue becomes red as they cross back towards the centre of the show display, completing the manoeuvre called circus. Look to your front right 45, you can see Enid start to pull in the white smoke in trail. And once again our famous red, white and blue comes on as red 1 performs a barrel roll in the sky, leaving a snake-like smoke trail in the sky in the serpent. I mentioned earlier about the blues. We are looking to have 11 individuals who fly in the back of our aircraft in between displays when we cannot take the full picture. They are known as circus. One individual will be at every display is Circus 10, that's AS1 Ewan Lewis. And he's out there today filming the display for safety and debriefing purposes. You'll now see reds 2, 3, 4 and 5 move up alongside red 1. Now looking left and right along their shoulder line at red 1, while maintaining 3 to 4G. The smoke will come on for the tango. As Enid leaves to our front left, you're looking to the left now for red 6 and 9, red 7 and 8 from the right hand side. For one of our new manoeuvres for 2025, red 6 and 9 now roll inverted, working hard against that negative G in the manoeuvre called chainsaw. Red 6 and 9 inverted, below more than 30 seconds, all the blood rushing to their brains. Fighting hard against that negative G, working that, making that G suit work extremely hard and then blowing the correct way up with a small amount of positive G to lead the display area to our front. Cast your eyes now to the left hand side, you can see the nose lights coming in from Enid. And 3, roll, go. There's 2, 3, roll to the outside. Clear, go. As Enid, red 8 and 9 smoking the red and blue, rolling around red 6 for those at show centre. You should be able to see red 6 rolled round by red 8 and 9. As red 7 hides in the smoke of red 6 in the tempest. Once again, red 7 and 9 off to our right hand side, red 6 and 8 to our left hand side. Synchro pair once again will pull up to approximately 1,000 to 1,500 feet. Turn back towards the display line for their final manoeuvre of the show. Once again, each aircraft down at only 100 feet. That's when speed is over 800 miles per hour. Each aircraft will perform a barrel roll followed by inverted flight in a manoeuvre called the crossbow.
Coming from the middle and crossbow.
25, Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team. It's the Red Arrow!